I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Find out more. Vessel. Donor. Vulgar. A source of blood.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it. I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
The Hunt. Safe zone. A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring your surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think they're...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around. Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us. Got it? Yeah.
It's not going to be as stupid as just in here, is it? Oh my god, it fucking is. The Hunt. Prey will naturally be revealed to you as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion of you. Is this also a safe zone? I am a bit hungry. I would like to eat someone.
We should all call the cops.
So do I just pick one of these people and eat them? What about this dude? Everyone else is kind of stood still, but this dude is walking around. Come over here, friend.
Mind your own business, Syl. Now's not the time to make waves. Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
Into battle! She's gonna go and eat. Oh, can we eat this guy over here? Looks like it's crashed.
There.
Okay. Sure.
Nom 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 nom. The Hunt, the Kiss. Vampires use their powers to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. If you do not press the button or you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die, drained of its blood. Suspicion. Killing prey will increase suspicion. Mortals will be on their guard, while vampires will question your respect for the Masquerade. Wow, that filled up really, really quick. Is he dead? The Hunt. Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one acquired is saved. Second bite. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion. He is not dead. Tell me about the Masquerade in Vampire the Masquerade. Excuse me. The great conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from mortals, designed to protect vampires from destruction at the hands of mankind. The Masquerade was adopted after the medieval Inquisition claimed many kindred unlives. This is the only Camarilla tradition universally respected, but also the one that's broken most often. We've read this. I read everything. I spent like an hour reading. I've fucking murdered that guy.
April's gonna kill us.
So I got a bonus for something there by eating that man, but I don't know what it was. Okay, well, I guess we leave this dude. Thanks for the snack, sweetheart. I mean, I'm not sure what's in it for him. I guess I could lure someone else.
Jay. Where are you hiding?
Oh, it's saving. Oh, we've got even more. Right. Tajan Siaka, member of the Primogen Council, Clan Tremere, date of embrace 1998, generation 9th, sire Marie de Richet, child Imani. The meeting. Tajan had a passion for the occult. He was working in a record shop when he became acquainted with Marie de Richet. This kindred had fled Hartford after being sentenced to final death for receiving the embrace from a Tremere vampire without the approval of the city's prince. She joined Marcel, the Prince of New Orleans, and specialised in voodoo rituals. In 1998, she decided to sire Deja because of the exceptional aptitude he showed for this art. To deepen his knowledge of thaumaturgy with the other chantries, he decided to go on a journey that was the same as the one Marie had taken when she was younger. Revenge. On his way to Salem, Dejan made a stop in Boston, and Hazel Iverson asked to speak with him. She sought new supporters to counterbalance the power of her Primogen. She earned Dejan's trust by revealing that she was aware of his origins, his bloodline, and their banishment from New England. She promised him her utmost discretion if, in exchange, he joined the Boston Primogen and kept her informed of their every action. Dejan accepted on the condition that he'd be allowed to train with the Sisters of Salem as he had initially planned. The warlock was very well received, in particular by Richard Dunham, who was conducting secret research on blood and was delighted by the insight the thaumaturge would provide. Dejan went on to negotiate the agreement with the Hartford Chantry on behalf of Hazel, not only because she was his prince, but also to exact his revenge on those who had punished his sire. Halsey, vampire child. Clan, Malkavian, date of embrace 1939, generation 11th. Halsey is Lacia's daughter. Her Malkavian nature has kept her mind that of a little girl. For Halsey, everything must be a game, hide and seek, a story, but above all, everything must be done with her mother, for whom she does not like to be separated. Hazel Iverson, the Prince of Boston. Date of embrace 1941, generation 10th, sire Nathan Apperton, child Miley Sellers. Prodigy of finance. Hazel was born in 1901 to Scandinavian parents. Her father relocated his maritime freight business to take advantage of the United States' advantageous taxation system. His business prospered considerably there, and in just 15 years he had built his fortune. His daughter undertook her brilliant studies in business and economics at Harvard in 1920, despite the limited education opportunities for women there. Hazel convinced her father to move into the world of banking. She quickly showed a certain astuteness in the subject. She invested in risky but highly profitable markets with an instinct far beyond her age. She naturally drew the attention of investors and rival banks who went so far as to assassinate her father in order to undermine her. The police and the justice system proved to be complicit in declaring his death a simple accident. Hazel found herself alone in charge of the Iverson Empire at just 38 years old with no allies to speak of. A prideful embrace. The isolation pushed her to accept a meeting with a group of wealthy Boston financiers in order to ease tensions and competition. In actuality, Nathan Appleton, a deceased textile mogul, had set a trap. Against her will, he brought her back to Unlife on her knees, sparing her no humiliation. Appleton embraced her out of pride, not to be outdone by a woman on his own turf. Immediately he neglected her and abandoned her to her own unlife. Hazel discovered on her own that she was undead. To protect them from the monster she had become, she needed to distance herself from those she loved, her mother, her family. She even considered ending her unlife, but surrender was not part of her vocabulary. vendetta. In time, thanks to her determination and her sound investment advice, she eventually gained the acceptance of the court. Hazel planned her revenge and methodically gathered information about her sire for years. In the end, she proved to the prince that Appleton was double-dealing with the British. Quentin King had no choice but to launch a blood hunt of the traitor so as not to be accused of being spineless and collaborating with the invaders. Hazel had planned for everything. Her ghouls were already holding Nathan Appleton captive at his residence. She did justice herself by making his head fall onto the rug in the exact spot where he had made her bend the knee. She spared the unlife of his bodyguard Delsin, who since that day became her shadow as a token of gratitude. She has since earned the distant respect of many. The resistance. Her relationship with Quentin King grew strained over the years. The prince's submission to the British colonists, combined with his outbursts of madness, prompted Iverson to conspire with a group of descending Licks, the Kindred of Liberty. The secret organisation worked in the shadows to bring about the downfall of King and his associates. Hazel provided them with financial backing, all while maintaining her cover as a loyal subject of the prince. Her dealings with the KOL also led her to work with another resistance group, the Gemini League, which she helped establish in Boston. I feel like there were 4 games before this game came out. I know there wasn't, and I think this is a sloppy way to handle things. Revenge. When the elders began to give in to the beckoning, there was a major shake-up among the powerful and ambitious kindred still left in Boston. Hazel aspired to carve out a place for herself, but she did not expect that in 2014 the remaining members of the Primogen would offer her their support to allow her to claim the position Quentin King had left vacant at the head of the domain. Though she seized the opportunity without hesitation, she remained suspicious of those who had relinquished the power to her. Why would they not keep it for themselves? She therefore invited kindred, whose loyalty she was sure of, to the council in order to dilute the influence of Beryl Underwood, Richard Dunham, Hilda McAndrews and Jara Drury. Look, it makes me tired just reading all this text. At the top, plagued by doubt. Once in power, Hazel endeavoured to restore the weakened domain. Learning of Dr. Dunham's research on Vitae, she saw at last an opportunity to bring Boston back to its former influence and glory. If she could find a way to store the enhanced blood, Boston would become the centre of a living blood market. She drew upon Dejan Siaka's thaumaturgical knowledge, but the research necessary to develop such large-scale production led her to ally herself with the Hertford Chantry, with which Boston had long fought against the British occupation. This alliance would take time and it would create fear and jealousy. Thanks to a premonition from Leisha, Hazel avoided an assassination attempt as well as all manner of political unrest. The further she advanced in her discussions with the Chantry, the more the feeling that someone was trying to bring her down intensified. Someone wanted to see her fail, she was certain of it. But it could have been anyone, even one of her closest supporters. Leisha's visions offered her a way to find out and a means to defend herself and find new support as she played on the conflicts between those who could threaten her crown. In spite of everything, the negotiations came to a close. A party was to be held tonight to celebrate the unification of Boston and the Hertford Chantry, the consecration of Hazel Iverson's power. I'm going to get these people horribly killed, aren't I? I'm still reading codexes. Hilda McAndrews, member of the Primogen Council. Looks like a Life is Strange character. Paternal support. I can't remember the name of the character. I think it's one of the default NPCs that is in every single one of the games. Looks like that. Paternal support. Hilda was born in date of embrace 1788. Generation 11th. Sire Marie Margaret Caro de Rosemont. Child M.M. Lewis. There we go. Okay, so this is M.M.'s sire. Hilda was born in Boston in 1754. Her father, Dr. Aaron McAndrews, was a professor of chemistry and medicine. Enlisted in the Navy as an officer, he was taken prisoner in England during the Revolutionary War and gradually fell in love with the country. After his release, he continued to voyage to the British Isles. He would, on certain occasions, bring along his daughter Hilda, the young painting prodigy, convinced her career would flourish there. This was how Hilda came to take up an apprenticeship. I've still got a sore throat from all the reading yesterday, 2 days ago. In France, under the tutelage of Adelaide Labille Giard, a great painter of miniatures and pastels. Rebirth. Oh, she's into fucking Warhammer. There she met Marie Marguerite Caro de Rosemont, an apprentice like herself. The two young women fell in love almost immediately, driven by the fearlessness of her youth. Marie Marguerite flouted her prince's authority and sired Hilda only 2 years after her own embrace. She lost her unlife for not keeping the traditions and left Hilda on the brink of destruction. Marguerite's sire, Adelaide, aware of the young woman's talent, successfully interceded with the prince on behalf of Hilda and officially adopted McAndrews. She became Hilda's mentor by proxy. Adelaide was a strong woman and a pioneer in her heart. Having faced misogyny and slander, she was an activist for equality between men and women at the end of the American Revolution. She passed on her feminist convictions to her apprentice, who, forced to paint under a number of male pseudonyms in Europe, was chomping at the bit for the fame that her gender prevented her from attaining. Hilda nurtured a desire to take revenge on society, both mortal and vampire. She travelled across Europe to meet the feminists who rose up during the 19th and 20th centuries. In particular, she marched alongside Emmeline Pankhurst's suffragettes. Never again. She met MM in 1923, and for the first time since Marie's destruction, Hilda finally felt that she was no longer alone. MM's enthusiasm rekindled the spark of passion within her, and it took little time for her to fall deeply in love with the young woman. Hilda waited 3 years, however, before revealing her vampiric nature to her. 6 years later, she finally embraced MM, sealing their fates together forever. Disillusions. The couple lived in Vienna until they were driven by the shadow of Nazi Germany to the French border, where Hilda hoped to find refuge. Alas, the progress made by the German troops forced her to reconsider her plan. In 1940, she resumed contact with her sire Adelaide and begged the London court for help. Queen Anne summoned her. After tough negotiations, Hilda was granted permission to settle in Boston. Under the reign of Prince Quentin King III, the London court helped her leave for Cape Cod, which was held by a thriving Toreador community. However, if Hilda hoped to be able to reconnect with her art and continue her relationship as they had done in Europe, it was not to be. Won over a new public in New England, and all the kindred were enraptured by her. Hilda lived in her shadow. As regained a taste for things after a difficult departure from France, Hilda became embittered and sombre. The contrast between them increased, and they seemed to become a more mismatched couple day by day. Hilda refused to live apart from despite their artistic incompatibilities. Nevertheless, she felt the looks from her clan begin to change. She received embarrassed smiles and downturned faces as she passed them. Her relationship with finally came to an end in March 1990 amidst resentment and regret. Advisor McAndrews, after their separation, left the court to live on the fringes of the kindred territory, while Hilda remained firmly embedded in Boston's high society. Coping with Quentin King's madness and brutal reign, McAndrews manoeuvred to gain visibility and power. In 2014, as the beckoning began to win over the city's oldest licks, Hilda established herself as one of Boston's last figures of power. Along with Beryl Underwood and Richard Dunham, she conspired to appoint Quentin King's successor and was made part of the Primogen Council. The cohabitation with Hazel Iverson proved to be more complicated than anticipated. At first convinced she had found the ideal puppet to dangle over the city's throne, Hilda quickly realised that Iverson is not the young, easily manipulable woman she had hoped to influence, quite the contrary. Journey Atkins. Clan Toreador, date of embrace 1938, generation 12, sire Zitkala Sar. Journey was born in Boston in 1904. She was from a long line of musicians and took to the stage with her parents at a young age. She joined the violin section at the New England Conservatory of Music. Journey showed great talent and could play in any style. After completing her studies and graduating with honours, she opted for a career teaching at the conservatory that trained her. Then she became the president of the Alumni Association, with the important role of granting awards and scholarships and organising events. It was one of these gatherings that she would meet Zitkala Sar, an honorary alumni whose career fascinated her. The interest revealed itself to be mutual, and a strange friendship formed between the two women. Convinced of Atkins' talent, Zitkala Sar invited Journey to create her own interpretation of her Sundance opera. They collaborated on the project for 4 years until Zitkala Sar's death in 1938, a particularly painful loss for her friend. Journey was devastated, with nothing left to live for. Daughter of the night. Zitkala Sar had been dead for several months when one night Journey thought she dreamed she had seen Zitkala Sar at her bedside. In this feverish hallucination, her mentor asked her to finish her project and perform it on stage to bring hope to her family again. Journey accepted, and before going their separate ways, her late friend took her in her arms. Atkins felt fate. She had just been embraced, though that her first encounter with the beast was terrifying. Her fears and anxieties were washed away by her joy of being reunited with Zitkala. Journey embraced the night the way she embraced her music, with passion. A Toreador through and through, her talent for throwing parties brought some light back to Boston that had been so gloomy during the reign of Quentin King. Her soirees were praised for their unparalleled creativity. Her guests also came for the thrill they provided, as Journey would sway from total discretion to absolute risk regarding the Masquerade. My God, the words, they blur together. Journey met at the court of Prince Quentin King. Enchanted by the talented dancer's sunny personality, Journey grew very close with the Rose. She did so under the critical and excessively jealous eye of Hilda, whose possessiveness was a great source of amusement to Journey. Bound to heart and soul, she supported her every endeavour, from her separation with her sire to the creation of her clubs. Melancholy. Whereas Quentin King's Malkavians knew how to appreciate her daredevilish side, this was no longer the case after Havel, Iverson and the Blue Bloods came to power. Faced with the austerity with which they responded to the fall of London, Journey never ceased to look for new ways to bring a little playfulness and frivolity back to the unlife. Okay. Oh, we ate someone. That was nice. Nom nom nom.
We can't wait around like this forever.
Oh, someone's in there.
I know that perfume. Jay. That's Jay's scarf.
Auspex.
We're all gonna die.
Heightened senses. Auspex enhances your 5 senses. The condition reveals new interactions, detecting scents, listening to conversations from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonitions. A premavision. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers. So, with Auspex, I spend 2 blood. Or I gain 2 hunger.
Maybe the Anarchs. Or the Harford Warlocks. No. They wouldn't dare.
Where did you go, Jay?
So I'm following this, right? I'm still hungry, right?
It's not serious.
All freaking out.
Yeah, I'm still hungry. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm live updating my notes. No. Page 21, notes.
Do you need me?
Can I lead her somewhere?
Come with me. There.
Yes.
Yes, I want to eat you. I think I should eat everyone. That's what we do as vampires, right? Is it the same cutscene? So, this is our second chance to eat someone. I've already forgotten how to eat people. Right, she's not dead. I think if it hits if it hits the end of the bar, they will just die, right? Was it good for you? I am sanguine resonance. Sweet. So I'm not hungry anymore. And I've got 2 snacks I can kill. So now I have to follow this trail. I'm following her perfume, right?
Underwood and Fang. Bazori's ears must be burning.
Internal memo. Dear all, please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archive, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Thank you. April. How do I overhear them? Is there a spot I have to stand in?
Autumn and Lazarus. I smell gossip.
This can't be happening.
I swear, she was standing there, playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, as you like, Miss Abigail Nermine. And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she tore out.
But why would she need that? Why now?
I wonder.
Okay. I don't know if that's good. This is costing me stuff, right? Look at the picture.
Kala saw. Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch.
I could try and hack her, but obviously I can't.
I hope you didn't forget anything, Jay.
Checklist, evening of 9/4. Venue reservation okay, venue setup okay, invitation sent okay, limo reservation okay, red salon vessel seen with Dr. Dunham okay, servant security okay, 2 more needed, food for vessels and servants, check with Abby, check the level of secrecy, Jara okay. What's that? Club business card. Boston Court. Miss Iverson, Miss Coates, Mr. Underwood, Miss Jory, Miss McAndrews, Mr. Dunham, Mr. Siaka, Mr. Leto, Mr. Bazori, Miss Sellers, Miss Louise, Miss Bosley, Miss Izanami, Miss Atifa, Miss Villanueva, Miss Metcalf, Miss Chin, Mr. Gravdal, Mr. Panichuchi. Fuck me. Ms. Sigtry's daughter. Sigtry's daughter. Which, Hertford Chantry. Okay, this is just a list of names and who's a guest, who's a vessel, and who is just staff.
I hope you didn't forget anything, Jay.
They can't hurt me.
Is this?
I've gotta hurry. I'm not supposed to be here.
Magnetic keycard. Provincetown Library, maybe some... shit. I don't know if that's important. I'm getting out of here. She said I'm not supposed to be here.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
Did I get spotted? I don't know. How does the stealth work in this? If you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus. So we should have the thing for this now, right? Swipe card. Yeah, we just picked it up, right? Yeah! Fuck you, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Can I close this door? Yes. Okay, as long as the door closes behind me. Is there anyone else in here? Last night. Barrel under it. Everyone's borrowed something. List of trusted suppliers. Okay. Shit. Are my notes in here? Am I going to have to watch back my footage? Don't make me watch back my footage. Shit, is there a way to work out the password for this? It's going to be on a computer somewhere. It has to be. Well, I'm going to go through my default codes. It's always a 138, so it's just a case of... it really was 138. What did I get? A club business card, which will replenish something. Okay. I have no hunger. At all. And I've got full willpower.
Oh, you again. What do you want?
Oh, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
April, have you seen Jay anywhere?
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
47% chance to win. Well, opponent focus is 30%. I could spend another power. Dude, this is just dice rolls. Right, let's just go with psychology for 3. I won. Haha.
Come on, she works for you. You know her.
All right. Enough with the puppy dog eyes.
I heard a couple of licks complaining about Journey. Even if she wasn't in charge of security, she's the one who organized the whole shindig. They all think she's responsible for this fiasco.
But damn it, Jay hasn't done anything.
Tell it to the prince, not me.
Okay, I don't think we can get anything from April.
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
How much willpower do I have? How do I get more? I have to eat, don't I? I can't eat, though. So, can I use that business card? Restores 5 willpower. So, as long as I find those business cards, I can basically risk it.
Hazel's gonna want answers.
Okay. What's that say? Beryl Underwood, Richard Dunham, Hilda McAndrews, Jara Drury, Dajan Siaka.
I'm tired of waiting.
I can't tell what I can go through and what I can't, and I don't appear to have a map, so this is fun. That's Jara's room. No return action. Choices marked with a blur indicate there is no going back. Before selecting one of these options, make sure you're done with the area you're exploring. Okay. Alright. Well, we're not reading codexes.
No fucking way. Shit.
So this
What?
is where you've been
Oh,
hiding.
Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
I smelled you.
Alone.
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party. April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show.
So, you're hiding in Drury's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her.
Okay, just calm down.
Hey, slow down. It's gonna be alright. They don't have anything on you, do they?
No, of course not. I did everything right, ma'am. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry. I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know. But there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
Yeah, bitch, run.
Listen, honestly, you'd better get out of here.
What? What are you talking about?
Confrontation. In a confrontation, you must fight to convince the other person. The result of a confrontation has an impact on how the story will play out. Stages. A confrontation has a number of stages. The number depends on the goal of the confrontation. Each stage ends with either a win or a miss. There is a maximum number of misses allowed for each confrontation. If you exceed this number, you lose the confrontation.
I can't just run away. Do you know something I don't?
Court's going to pressure Hazel. Make her think I have evidence against her. Make her think I have evidence against her. Dude, I can't win. I can't. There is absolutely no point in putting points into that. That clearly is nothing and isn't going to work. But that one, no matter what I pick, isn't going to work, but that might lead to something.
I heard they found something that implicates you.
That's impossible. I went through everything.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I'm clean.
Let's say Hazel doesn't want to hurt you. Others could change her mind.
Who would? Honestly, who would stand to gain something from my death?
Beryl, April, Hilda, Dajan. Fuck me, I have to remember the codexes now. Let me look at my notes. April.
I don't trust April.
What makes you think she'd want to hurt me? She's my boss.
Precisely. Because she's your
You're getting
boss.
thrown under the bus.
You're the reason the prince is now unhappy with her. Do you think she's gonna back you up when she's alone with Hazel?
No, you're right.
Final stage. To win a confrontation, you must make it to the final stage and win. In case of a miss during the final stage, the stage is repeated until the confrontation is won or lost.
What a bitch. If I run, people will think I'm guilty and that I want to leave the Camarilla. But you can't leave the Camarilla.
Nope.
Yes, we can. I know people who can help you. Anarchs. Don't underestimate them. They've held out against the Cam for a long time now.
Good
Do
thing
you
we read all
realize
those
what
codex
if we
entries.
really run away?
I just know what's gonna happen.
We're going to have to do a full,
Stay
put all
here.
our points in now.
They'll call for a blood hunt.
Education, intimidation, rhetoric, psychology. Psychology is 100% success rate.
Damn it, Jay. You know you can trust me. If you're ever gonna listen to me, just once in your whole fucking unlife, now's the time. They'll destroy you if you stay. You have to run.
You sure about this?
I'm sure.
All right then. You win. How do I go about this? Where do I go?
I'll go back to see the prince. That'll buy you some time. Don't waste a second. Don't go back to your office. You have to disappear right now.
But what about you? What are you going to say? You're risking everything for me.
Don't worry. Hazel has nothing on me. You're going to the Anarchs.
It reminds me of
I'm going to
Backtack.
contact Saul.
Was it
She'll come
Backchat
get you at the
from
club.
Life is Strange before the
Is it
storm?
just me, or is this not the first time you've done this?
This is definitely the
I haven't
first
really
time.
got time for that.
You're
This is
right.
definitely the first
We're
time.
doing this.
I'm assuming we've just saved Journey's life there. Didn't want to get her head cut off.